Hello, my friends, and welcome to another reading video. All right, remember, we are working on talking about the soft C's when we see a C, but it makes the S sound, or our soft G's that make the J sound. Let's refresh our brains. Remember, a soft C is anytime we have a C and it has an E or an I after it. So this word is celery. Say that with me. Celery. Now, if we see that C, sometimes we want to automatically say celery. But does that sound right? Celery? Nope. So when we see a C and an E, we know it's going to be a soft C. Or a C and an I. And we'll practice some of those in just a minute. And then our soft G's. Normally when we see a G, we want to say G. So we would say giraffe. Giraffe? Is that what that's called? Nope, that is a giraffe. So giraffe. So anytime we have a G and an I or a G and an E, which we will practice in a minute, it makes the soft G sound, the j. Okay, kind of tricky. That's why we're going to practice together. Let's look at two more of the same words. So when we're looking at this soft C, these are mice. So say it with me, mice. And I know it's a long I. It makes the I sound because of that E. I know we haven't talked about long I's, but I want you to get in the habit of when you see that E at the end, we need to train our brains to say that's going to be the long vowel sound, okay? Say it with me one more time, mice. Good. Now let's practice another soft G. So we have the G, so it's going to make the J because it has an E after it. So we have orange. Say it with me, orange. Not orang, right? Normally our G say G, but not with that E. And that's where we have to teach our eyes and our brain to recognize when we see that E, we know it makes the J sound, okay? All right, let's practice some more. So let's practice our soft C's first. So we have a C and an E, so we know it's going to be S-E-O. Remember, when we have two letters together, it just makes that one sound. It doesn't say S-E-O, just says S-E-O. Cell. All together, cell. Awesome. Okay, we have a C and an I. So anytime we see a C and then an I right after it, we know it's going to be that soft C, that S sound. So we're going to say circle. Oh, but listen, there's another C in there, but it makes the regular K sound because it doesn't have an E or an I right after it. Oh my gosh, so much to remember. That's why we're going to practice all week long, okay? So let's try it again. Circle. Say it all together. Circle. Good. Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to put up a couple words that have the not soft C, just a regular sounding C so we can see the difference. So we have a C and an A. This is too shiny. Let's see if I can get to a less shiny spot. That's not helping. Say Mrs. Sae-Wong. Our classroom is too shiny. Okay, I'll just hold it down. So after the C comes an A. Well, it's not an E or an I, so we know it's not going to be a soft C, so it's going to make the K sound. So say it with me. Carton. Carton. So see, when it has an A or any letter other than an E or an I, it makes the K sound. Let's try another A after the C. So we have carrot. Carrot. All together? Carrot. Are we hearing the difference? Cell, circle, carrot. I'm sorry, carton, carrot. So we have S and K, and it has everything to do with that letter right after the C that tells us if it's going to be the soft S or the hard K. Okay, now let's try some soft G's. So we have G-E, so we know it's going to be the soft G. So we are going to sound it out as germ. All together, germ. Awesome. Let's try the next one. So we have a G and an E, so we know it's going to be the J, the soft G. So we have gentle. Gentle. All right. And just like with our hard C's, we're going to practice some hard G's. So we have a G and an A, so it's not going to be the soft G. It's going to be the regular G sound. So G-A-T. Oh, and how do I know it's going to be an A? How do I know it's a long A, the A sound, not the A? Because of that E at the end. Good. Remember, when we have an E at the end of a word, it's going to turn this vowel into the long vowel sound. So let's say it one more time. Gate. Gate. Awesome. Now let's try one more hard G. So it's not an E or an I. So we know this is going to be the regular G sound. So let's sound it out. Great. Great. So we have J, germ, J, gentle, G, gate, G, great. All right. Hopefully we're hearing that. Hopefully you're practicing saying these words with me at home. That's the only way we're going to get the hang of it, my friends. I promise. But we'll talk about it for a few more days, okay? Now, not a new week. We would already talk about these on Friday, but new words. So let's say the sight words together. Far, give, to, try. Disneyland is far away from Reno, which makes me sad. Far. Give. Please give your mom help at home cleaning. Please give your mom as much help as possible. Be kind to your mothers and your fathers and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas. 2. Don't eat too many snacks before dinner or you won't be hungry. 2. Try. Please try to practice all of the words so we can become rock star readers. Try. All right, let's say them rapid fire together. Are you ready? Far, give, to, try. Awesome, my friends. All right, I'm going to switch over to our other camera to talk about what we're working on today. All right, like a flash, I'm back. Here is what we are going to need today. We need our reading log number 3. We need our sight words number 3. And we need our writing journal. Grab these 3 books, something to write with. I prefer you write with pencil so you can erase and make changes. I just use pen so that I know you all can see what I'm writing in our video. Go ahead and hit pause. Grab these 3 books plus something to write with and come on back when you're ready. All right, if you are back with me, that means you have all the things. We are going to start with talking about our reading log this week. Get all the other stuff out of the way for a minute. So, because I'm using my paper clip, hopefully you're using the paper clips I sent home with you, we're going to turn to the next reading log in our packet, which is the My Retelling Reading Log. What does it mean to retell a story? Well, that means you're going to just give me a shortened version of the story. So when we read Chicken Little, and I just like that story because I know we read it and we all understood it, I would write the title, Chicken Little. In the beginning, Chicken Little thought the sky was falling. In the middle, he ran to tell the king. In the end, Foxy Loxy ate him for dinner. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is a retell of the story. It's just a shorter version of the story where you just give little bite-sized pieces of what's happening. All right, so you're going to give me the title. You're going to give me 1 sentence of what happened at the beginning of your story, 1 sentence of what happened in the middle, and 1 sentence of what happened at the end. All right. If you have any questions about this, this might be a little bit trickier for us because sometimes retelling a story is hard. Let's think of another story we read, was the gingerbread man. So in the beginning, the gingerbread man cooked in the oven. In the middle, the gingerbread man ran away. In the end, the fox ate the gingerbread man. Those foxes, they're tricky. Every time we see a fox in the story, they want to eat somebody. Let's think of another one. We just read Froggy's First Kiss on Friday, remember, for Valentine's Day. So we might say, in the beginning, Froggy liked Frogalina. In the middle, Frogalina kissed Froggy. Oh my gosh. And in the end, Froggy gave his mom a Valentine card. Okay? So those are just different stories that we've read where we can talk about what happened at the beginning, the middle, and the end. But I want you to tell me about what stories you are reading at home. So you should be reading every day, but you only need to fill this out for 4 of the stories you read. But if you have questions, let me know, my friends. We're going to work on this all week long. Okay. Throw that to the side for now. Now let's take out our sight words book. I'm using my paper clip. Hopefully you're using yours. We're going to open up to the word bin. I will give everybody some time to flip around. And as always, if you need more time, please just hit pause. All right, I'm going to move forward. If you need more time, hit pause, come back and join us when you're ready. I want you to work on this page while we're talking about it. That is the whole idea. We say it together, we see it, we read it, we do all the things, and then you have practiced one of your sight words for the day. So everybody say it with me. Bin. Have you been in the pool? I have in the summertime. Okay, we're going to go through and we're going to practice writing it. We're going to write it in the boxes. We're going to write it on the lines. Okay. Go through and find it all throughout our Find It box. Then down here at the bottom, you should be cutting out these letters. Cut all 4 letters out and then glue them in the correct order to complete that sentence. And read it with me one more time. Have you been in the pool? And then draw that picture to match. Go ahead and hit pause, work on that, and come back when you are all ready. All right, if you're back with me, you are all done with the word bin. Let's turn the page. On the next page, we are going to work on the word called. Read it with me. Called. I called my friend to play. I called you on the phone. I called you over the fence. Okay? This is a longer word, so we have to make sure we take our time and spell it correctly. C-A-L-L-E-D. If we don't write it correctly, then we're not training our brain. We're not teaching our brain to see it and spell it correctly. So let's practice writing it one more time. And you can always take more time. We're going to go through and find all of the Find Its. And I know there's a lot of letters, but I want you to cut them all out and glue them in order. Say the sentence with me one more time. I called my friend to play. And I want you to draw it. And hit pause, work on the word called. Come back when you are all done. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you are all done with the word called. We're going to set this aside now. And now, we are going to take out our writing journal. Go ahead and open up to the next blank page in your journal. At the top, we write our name and the date, which we all know is 2-16-21 because we've watched Number Corner. Okay, today we are going to read a story called Technology Breakdown. We're actually going to read the story a few times this week, so by the time we're done with this, the end of the week, you're going to love the story. It's going to be hilarious, and you're going to know it inside and out. But today, we are going to work on finding rhyming words, and we're also going to start talking about a problem and the solution. So most stories have a problem, and then in the story, we learn the solution or how we fix the problem. Okay? So go ahead and set your journals aside for right now. What we're going to do is we're going to read through this story the entire time one time. Then we're going to go back and look for some rhyming words, and we're going to go back and look for our problems and solutions. All right? So settle in, get comfy, get cozy while we read Technology Breakdown. And the idea, what are we talking about today? Technology breakdown. What will happen when the office equipment doesn't work? Oh my gosh, we all know what that's like with distance learning. Sometimes our computers and our internet are just grumpy, and we have to find the solution. We have to fix the problem. So we're going to read a story about somebody who is like the superhero of the office. Today, I'm at work with Dad. Phones are ringing, email is dinging, and screens everywhere are bing, bing, binging. The noise in here is driving me mad. When somebody says it's driving them mad, it means it's making them crazy. But for my dad, all that high-tech clatter does not matter. He stays calm when things go wrong. He keeps things running all day long. Things break down here every day. I have to fix them right away. Sorry. A worker cries, "Help me quick! My printer's on the blink. What can I do? I haven't got a clue." Dad looks and thinks, and then he says, "I see that your printer's on the blink. I'll fix it quick. It's out of ink." Oh my goodness. Another worker cries, "Help me quick! My email's full. What can I do? I haven't got a clue." Dad looks and thinks, and then he says, "Don't worry, I'll delete some for you. That is all you need to do." Another worker cries, "Help me quick! My video call's blurry. What can I do? I haven't got a clue." Dad looks and thinks, and then he says, "It's blurry indeed. I'll have to boost your internet speed." Technology problems go all day long, but my dad always finds out what is wrong. Oh my goodness, he is a technology superhero. The boss says, "Thank you, you're the best. Now go on home and get some rest." We leave the office to a setting sun. I say, "Thank you, Dad. That sure was fun. I can't believe all the work you've done." Woo, I'm exhausted thinking about all the work he did today to help all of the problems in that office. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to talk about some rhyming words. So remember when we talk about rhyming words, they are words that sound the same at the end of the sentence. Sometimes we get a little confused and we think that if a word starts with the same letter, say like dad and dinging, we think that's rhyming, but that's not rhyming. Those are beginning letter sounds that are the same. Rhyming is where the end of the word sounds the same. Usually the letters are the same. Sometimes there's a little difference, but that's why we have to say the words out loud to see if they sound the same or if they rhyme. So phones are ringing, email is dinging. So those are two rhyming words, ringing, dinging. Do we hear it? Okay. And screens everywhere are bing, bing, binging. Oh my gosh, those are bing, bing, binging. All rhyming words. The noise is in here is driving. So if I were to ask you what were the rhyming words on page 1, you would tell me ringing, dinging, binging, and driving. because they all end with that ing sound. Now it's your turn. Let's look at page 2. And on page 2, you are going to find all of the rhyming words. Let me grab my journal. So I have our instructions written down on a yellow sticky. You don't have to write these down, but I'm finding that sometimes when some of us go to do the work later on at home, if you're not doing it with the video, sometimes you forget what you're supposed to be writing down. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down the rhyming words on page 2. So here is our page 2. Trying to get everything in one screen is sometimes a little tricky. Tricky. Let's see. Here we go. So you're going to write rhyming words. So I know those are the words you're writing. Here's what I also want you to do. So my friends, we are halfway through first grade, which means that by second grade, we need to be rock star writers, meaning our writing needs to be neat. I know sometimes we get excited and our letters start to go crazy and big, right? I've seen something like that. That's a little bit crazy and bananas for halfway through first grade. So what I want you to do is try to start using our lines. Capital letters go from the top to the bottom. Lowercase letters go from the middle to the bottom. It's not going to be perfect right away, and that's okay, but I do want you to try to start practicing writing neater. So that way it's easier for us to read, and it shows me that you are ready to be a second grade writer, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to write the rhyming words. Let's read page 2 again so you can listen for words that have the same ending sounds. So one more time. Let's go back. On page number 1, some of the rhyming words were ringing and dinging. Okay, so they have the ring-ing, ding-ing, same ending sound. So on page 2, we're looking for that ending sound that is the same. So let's read it together. But for my dad, all that high-tech clatter does not matter. He stays calm when things go wrong. He keeps things running all day long. Things break down here every day. I have to fix them right away. I'm going to tell you right now, there are 6 words on here that are rhyming. There are 3 pairs of rhyming words. Okay? I'm not going to help you. I want to see if you all have become rock star listeners to recognize the rhyming words. If you don't get them all, if you're stuck, that's okay. I want you to try and find as many as you can. I'm going to read it one more time. You are listening for words that have the same ending sounds. But for my dad, all that high-tech clatter does not matter. He stays calm when things go wrong. He keeps things running all day long. Things break down here every day. I have to fix them right away. Okay, so go through and see if you can find the rhyming words, and I want you to write them in a list. So you see how I wrote ringing and dinging right above each other? So each of the rhyming words, I want you to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I can see those are the words that rhyme. So go ahead and hit pause. Take a few minutes. Go through and try to find all of the rhyming words and write them in your journal. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay? If you run out of space and you need to do the next pair down here, totally okay with that. All right? Just make sure you're writing neatly. Come on back when you are all done finding those rhyming words. All right, if you are back with me, that tells me that you are all done finding the rhyming words and we're ready to move on. Now, like I told you, every story has a problem and a solution. So let's read page number 3. A worker cries, "Help me quick! My printer's on the blink. What can I do? I haven't got a clue." So the problem here is the printer is on the blink. That just means the printer isn't working, okay? Dad looks and thinks, and then he says, "I see your printer's on the blink." Okay, so Dad found the problem. "I'll fix it quick. It's out of ink." So the problem was the printer was on the blink. It wasn't working. The solution was it was out of ink. Oh my goodness. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this page. On the back side of the page, we are going to write problem. We're going to draw a line, and then we're going to write solution. So all together, we're going to write, for the first problem, the printer is on the blink. And what was the solution? It was out of ink. Thank goodness it was an easy solution. So right now, hit pause and I want you to create the chart by writing problem, solution, give me that line, and then you're going to write the problem, what the problem was, and what the solution was, and then come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, hopefully that means you are all done writing the problem and the solution from page 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn to page 5. And on page 5, here's these instructions written down again. I want you to write down the problem and solution on page 5. Okay, so we have our instructions. Here's our example. Let's read page 5 together. Are you ready? Another worker cries, "Help me quick! My video call's blurry. What can I do? I haven't got a clue." Dad looks and thinks, and then he says, "It's blurry indeed. I'll have to boost your internet speed." So what is the problem? And what is the solution? Let's read one more time. Another worker cries, "Help me quick! My video call's blurry. What can I do? I haven't got a clue." So what's the problem? Then Dad looks and thinks, and then he says, "It's blurry indeed. I'll have to boost your internet speed." So what is the solution? So you're not writing the entire paragraph. You are just writing what the problem is in a couple words and what the solution is. So go ahead and hit pause. I want you to write down the problem and solution on page 5. And I'll leave this right here so you can read it all. Write it down, problem, solution. Come back when you're ready. All right, friends, if you are back with me, then that tells me you are all done writing in your journal today. You are going to send me a picture in Seesaw of both your rhyming words page and your problem and solution page. If you have any questions, let me know. We're going to keep talking about all of this week. So if you're not getting the hang of the rhyming words, if you're not getting the hang of problems and solutions, we'll keep talking about it. But that's it for right now. It was kind of a long video. Thanks for hanging in there with me, my friends. I'll see you all later. Bye.